1:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news, edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. The President extends his gratitude to BOI companies for their invaluable contributions to build the economy of the country. The government has settled 361 billion rupees to road contractors. A comprehensive investigation will be conducted where a Singapore cargo ship was carrying hazardous material from the US to Sri Lanka. Many organized criminals have been apprehended. Foreign news, Taiwan rescue efforts continue after earthquake. News in detail. The President extends his gratitude to BOI companies for their invaluable contributions to build the economy of the country. He made this comment while participating in the BOI Awards Festival. He also emphasized the successful achievement reached to establish special economic zones in Katunayaka and Biyagama. Transport, Highways and Mass Media Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena yesterday said that the government has succeeded in settling the outstanding amount of 361 billion rupees to the contractors of the Road Development Authority. He also stated that compensation will be paid for the landowners whose lands were acquired due to the construction of the Central Highway. The Central Environment Authority, CEA, has launched a comprehensive investigation into the incident where a Singapore cargo ship was carrying hazardous material to Sri Lanka from the US, State Minister of Environment Janaka Wakkumara said today. He said that a special committee will be established after having discussions in this regard. He told the SLBC that a report should be forwarded to the committee. Minister Wakkumara admitted the fact that Sri Lanka would not have known the hazardous material in the cargo ship if not for the accident encountered by the ship. And I quote, "We would not have known of the hazardous material in the cargo ship unless it encountered an accident. A proper investigation should be conducted as to how such a ship was heading to Sri Lanka in such a manner," he said, unquote. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. 7 members of an organized criminal gang and another 7 suspects have been taken into custody by the Ganemulla police yesterday. In addition, several such criminals have been apprehended from the Raddolugama and Vellampitiya police areas. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
The National Youth Council has planned to conduct the National Youth Social Media Awards Festival for the first time on state level. The chairman of the council, Pasindu Gunaratna, said in a media briefing held in Colombo that this festival will be held as the social media is rendering a remarkable service. It will be held next month and 51 awards are to be presented under 13 categories. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
Watch Live is brought to you by
CIB Navy offer valuable gifts and gift vouchers, 25% discount for bank cards till 10th of April. Visit CIB today. CIB revives once always.
In Watch Live this afternoon, office workers are facing many hardships for not allowing to run buses through the Dematagoda flyover towards Boralla by the police during office hours. Therefore, the workers had to report for duty late. They requested relevant sections to grant permission to run the said buses. This is for the attention of the OIC in charge of traffic of the Dematagoda police. And that came to you in Watchlight.
CIB Navy offer valuable gifts and gift vouchers, 25% discount for bank cards till 10th of April. Visit CIB today. CIB revives once always.
Coming up, World News.
The headlines first. Taiwan rescue efforts continue after earthquake. Biden outraged over Israel's strike on World Central Kitchen starve in Gaza. And dozens dead in Istanbul nightclub fire. Rescue efforts are taking place in Taiwan after a powerful earthquake struck off its east coast on Wednesday, killing at least 4 people. The 7.4 magnitude quake caused multiple buildings to collapse in the city close to the epicenter. The strongest tremor to hit the island in 25 years was also felt as far as Taiwan's mountainous interior, which was rocked by huge landslides. In the capital Taipei, footage showed buildings shaking violently. The earthquake is close to land and it's shallow. It's felt all over Taiwan and offshore islands. U.S. President Joe Biden has condemned Israel's killing of 7 humanitarian aid workers in Gaza. Saying he was outraged and heartbroken, he accused Israel of not doing enough to protect aid workers. Israel promised an independent investigation after the UK, US, Canada, Australia and Poland lost nationals in Monday's attack. Israeli President Isaac Herzog has apologized for the deaths. The 7 victims who were working for World Central Kitchen were killed when their convoy was attacked from air on Monday. At least 29 people have been killed and 1 injured in a fire in a nightclub in Turkey. The Masquerade Club in the basement of the high-rise building in Istanbul was closed and being renovated during the day. The fire broke out just after midday. Istanbul Governor Davo said, adding that the cause was unclear. He said that the victims of the fire were thought to have been involved in the renovation work. 8 people, including the nightclub manager and person responsible for the renovations, have had warrants out of their arrest in connection with the fire as investigations continue. Back to the headlines of the world news. Taiwan rescue efforts continue after earthquake. Biden outraged over Israel attack on World Central Kitchen staff in Gaza. And dozens dead in Istanbul nightclub fire. And that ends world news. On to development news. State Minister Janak Wakumra says that a program will be implemented to uplift the income of the local government bodies that are at low income. The World Bank is providing assistance in this regard. This program will be implemented targeting local government bodies of the northern and eastern provinces. Under this program, 1,800 million rupees will be provided to a provincial council. And that was development news.
Moving on with sports news.
In sports news, it's cricket. Sri Lanka cricket team won the second test match by 192 runs played against Bangladesh in Chattogram. Bangladesh scored only 318 runs in their second innings. Sri Lanka scored 157 runs for 7 wickets in their second innings and 531 runs in their first innings. Despite some dogged resistance from Mehdi Hasan Miraz, Sri Lanka needed just a little over an hour in the final morning to take the last 3 Bangladesh wickets and secure a resounding 192-run victory in Chattogram. The result meant Sri Lanka swept the series 2-0, but more importantly, collected vital World Test Championship points and see them go up to joint third on the table. Bangladesh, meanwhile, dropped to 8th. Kamidu Mendis was named as the man of the match. And that was sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
A delegation of 9 representatives from Sri Lanka representing key stakeholders from the Ministry of Agriculture, Alpedia Plantation, Eastern and Allied Agencies and Hetticoda Industries embarked on a visit to the Anuga Food Tech Trade Fair in Köln, Germany. Organized by the Delegation of German Industry and Commerce in Sri Lanka, AHK Sri Lanka, this initiative aimed to immerse the delegates in the latest advancements in food production, processing, packaging and storage. And that was business news.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go එකක් තියන youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
On to economic news. Lanka Sadusa, the state-owned supermarket chain, has announced that consumers have been provided an opportunity to buy a special relief pack of essential items from all its countrywide branches with effect from yesterday. The special relief pack of essential goods sold at a concessionary price has been offered to all consumers by Sadusa in view of the upcoming Sinhala and Tamil New Year festival. And that was economic news.
Weather report.
Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the western, Sabaragamuwa central, northwestern and southern provinces after 2 p.m. Showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in the north central and Uva provinces during the afternoon or night. Fairly heavy showers, about 75 millimeters, are likely at some places in the western, Sabaragamuwa and central provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura districts. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the western, central, Sabaragamuwa and Uva provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura district during the morning. Well, that was the weather report. And prior to concluding this news broadcast, the headlines again. The President extends his gratitude to BOI companies for their invaluable contributions to build the economy of the country. The government has settled 361 billion rupees to road contractors. A comprehensive investigation will be conducted where a Singapore cargo ship was carrying hazardous materials from the US to Sri Lanka. Many organized criminals have been apprehended. Foreign news, Taiwan rescue efforts continue after earthquake. Well, with that we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. And for the moment, it's over to Satya on the other side.